asked this question all the time, and so many people hate my answer, but I'm going to tell you the truth because it's not relevant back to my business. It's relevant back to yours. When you think about what is your cost per deal on acquisition, it could be $25,000. It could be 50. Now, if you park that to the side and say, I want 10 deals in the next year, and that could be I'm trying to sign a client or I'm trying to sign a franchisee, it doesn't matter. There's a cost per deal acquisition or cost per acquisition that is associated to every deal that you do, no matter what business type you are. But if you park it to the side that it's going to cost you 50 grand, which is a lot of money, and you say, okay, what is the value of a franchisee? What is the value of a franchisor as a client to me? And let's say on the franchisee standpoint, you have $500,000 AUVs and you have 10% royalties. That means every year it's worth 50 grand. And so you take year one as we're going to throw that away. We're not even talking about franchise fee. We're going to throw that away as a cost of doing business. Year two is operating the business, and year three is profit. Then one franchisee is still worth a significant amount of money back to your business. And we're not even talking about the valuation when it comes to exit. If on a supplier standpoint, let's say client one is worth $50,000 per year, and you have a business that will keep them sticky with you, committed, because you know that you're confident in what you're delivering, then you're going to have them for 3 years. And that could be worth a significant amount of money back to your business. So paying $50,000 to acquire a client doesn't seem to be that big of a deal. Yet oftentimes we get scared at these large numbers. However, you look at the biggest growth builders in the world, or wealth builders in the world, and you look at how they approach business, it's a different scale. They don't see $50,000. It doesn't matter if it's $50,000 or it's $1 million. They say, what's my return? They don't just look at the cost. Now, preparing for that deal one, or how do I set aside the cash, that is something that you got to get comfortable with. And that's part of what we're going to do at FRANCAMP is we're going to work on becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable by looking around the room and listening to everybody else's war stories on how have they found success in the business models that they're in, and then relying on the nuggets, the collective nuggets that are going to come out of this thing to say, okay, here's what we do next. I think part of the issue in business is oftentimes the plan is actually one of the toughest things to create. We want to go to work and we want to grow our companies, but we don't spend enough time in the foundational elements, and we almost skip ahead to the tactics. And so if we start off by what's our goal, what's our objective, now what's our positioning, now let's get into the tactics and how we're going to achieve this, we can take an approach that is good for business as long as you have something that is valuable to sell. So if you're interested in being a part of this collective, having a voice, listening to others, and walking away with a tangible plan that you can actually execute, go to 1851's FRANCAMP page at 1851francamp.com. Register. We would love to have you as a part of our event.